Hello, welcome to the A to Z YouTube channel. My name is Toby Allen and I'm in charge of all things recording in this studio. So today we're going to be looking at a brand new bass library from Submission Audio called OmniBass. Just like Grove Bass and Umansky Bass, OmniBass is made in a collaboration with some fantastic bass players, the guys from Omnific. If you're not familiar, they are a band that focus on bass guitars instead of guitars, but it's based on an Ernie Ball bongo. Before we start, I'll just mention that you could consider this a sponsored video. We have a little link in the description. If you like this, click on that and that helps us out. That's great. That being said, I own all of the Submission Audio stuff, all of their libraries, all of their plugins, and Eurobass 3 was the first one I didn't buy myself because I started working with Submission Audio. I'm affiliated with Submission Audio because I love them, not the other way around. And again, as always, if I didn't like this library, we wouldn't be talking about it right now. So before we get started looking at the plugin, here's how it sounds. This isn't what I would call a full mix. There's very little, there's no processing on this, so it's just very raw. Guitars are ML Sound Lab amped Oracle, which is a rocker verb. There's no plugins after the bass, and the only plugin on the drum kit is a rouser, just give it a little bit of punch to it. And I think the bass sounds really good, actually. I really like this. It kind of, to me, almost sounds like it's halfway between Grove Bass and Umansky. It's got a bit more clarity and punch to it than Grove Bass has, but it's not quite so in your face and very, very metal sounding like Umansky. Typically Dingwall kind of sound that you've got on Umansky. It's a nice balance between the two, and possibly my favourite. I'm not sure. I'm still kind of torn between this and Umansky. So let's have a look at the interface itself. So you've got, as always with the Submission Audio products, if you're familiar with those, you'll be familiar with this. You see the bass here, and you can click on the strings and hear it. You've got some channels here which I just flicked between so you could hear those. You've got here showing you what articulation you're using. You've also got settings here for alternate picking, so it will choose between, this is finger played, so it will choose between like one finger and two fingers. It will choose at what point based on the note length and the tempo and stuff, and you can adjust all that down here. You got the Doom button, which basically makes it sound almost EDM-like and kind of one-shotty compared. I would argue that it still sounds more real than some other libraries that are out there. Then you've got the option here to humanize, so you can go to machine, human, down to bassist, and I normally like put it here between human and bassist, which kind of sounds like the ultimate balance for me. You can use this position marker here as well to force where the notes are played on the fretboard, but also you can use key switches, which I've done here. I don't know if you can see that there, just at the top. There's some key switches in the top of this MIDI section here that show I'm getting it to force it to which string to play on, to play it in the same position I would if I was playing the bass. You've also got the settings just up here, with a crazy amount of key switches, and you can customize where those are placed as well. It only allows you to put them outside of the range of the playing, so you're not going to interfere, you're not going to accidentally do these key switches when you're programming your MIDI for the bass. We'll go through those key switches in a moment and hear how they sound. You've also got the option here to change the tuning, which I think is really important because you can basically change what the sound, which is the open note. So if if the, say a bass library was recorded and stuck in drop A, and then you're playing a song in B standard, then the B note, which is your open string, would then sound like a fretted note because it was recorded in drop A. Whereas with Submission Audio, they've gone through and have made sure that you can actually choose where your open notes are. Just adds an extra bit of realism, extra bit of making it sound like an actual bass being played by an actual person. What you've also got here now, which is new, is you have some bass tuning presets, which is really cool. Drop A is the one I would probably default to because that's where a lot of my writing takes place, but you've got these options here to go, lots of other tunings as well, and it goes all the way down to double drop C if you want to, which is ludicrous. Ludicrously low. You can do it in many different ways. You can do some crazy different tunings. If you play in crazy tunings on guitar and you want a bass that sounds like it's playing in that tuning as well, Submission Audio got you. So this sounds like, this is the finger alternative, sounds like this. And what you can do is move up one. This one goes to index finger, so it's just one finger rather than alternating. And then the next one you've got is middle finger. Dead note. That's cool. I mean, I wouldn't do it like that, but you could do... Adds a little bit of extra flair to it, you know. So that's pretty cool. Sounds, makes it sound more alive, more real. So this is slap. And then you've got dead slap. Pop. Dead pop. And here's one I really like, harmonics. So I think that's really cool. Hammer pull off. Tapping. So if you're doing some fancy legato pieces, nice to be able to have that hammer pull off and tapping sounds. Again, adding more realism. The next one is a slide trigger. I'm going to skip over that one. And then a thumb up. Sorry, we've got thump up. And then you've got thump down. Again, I wouldn't have all of the notes. I wouldn't all have all of the notes. If I was going to use that, I'd have like accent notes with that, just to kind of add more flair to it. And then the next one, where are we at? We're at D. Dead thump up. Dead thump down. This one is fret hand mute. So this one is dead strum. That's a unique sound. I've not heard a bass library do something like that before. That's cool. Hum thump up. I like that. That kind of makes me think of Eurobass 2, where it had the kind of fret noises and stuff that you could add in. You could do some of that and do it in a more musical way than you would have done that way. So then the next one is harmony thump down. All right, and then so the next ones are right up here. So we've got C6, and this one is harmonic slap. And then you've got harmonic pop. And then dead palm rest. Yeah, got some great sounds up here. And then beyond that, it goes up into octave 8. Then you have the fourth string. So that's what's going on here, and where I've put these notes in to force the string. So it plays it in the position I want it to. So that is it. I think it might be my favorite. I'll have to play with it a bit more, but I think this is definitely one I'm going to be using on some different songs. So yeah, I highly recommend this one. I will probably have to update now my bass library comparison video, because I did a shootout a while back of everything that Submission Audio had released. At that point in time, that was before I was working with Submission Audio, and they've released a couple more since then, so I'm gonna have to update that and do a little shootout, shooting them all out against each other. But in the meantime, if you're looking for a bass library for your projects, that you want something that's going to be really versatile and useful and sound good, and you can program it in a way to sound like a real bass player, then this is the one I'd recommend. Thank you very much for watching. If you've got any more questions or anything, hit the comments below, hit subscribe, hit the bell, hit like, do the comments, talk to us on Facebook, all those cool things. See you later.